Hi, board lammers. Thanks for stopping by. This is a tutorial or how to order a custom surfboard from BoardLams. So a couple ways to get there, but let's just start by the most in our face obvious here, Surfboard. So as we hover over this link, a couple options, but what we're focused on today is using our new customizer, which is really a great interactive tool for kind of visualizing what your new board would look like prior to ordering. So we hover over the surfboards. We can then go to our Customize Now area. So let's start customizing. This launches our interactive BoardLams Customizer. So you can define everything about the board that you'd like to have built. So let's say you were interested in a fish tile board. Right now you're looking at the short board, but you can easily change the board model here. So let's focus on a fish type board. As we look at the fish type board, we have, see here kind of all of these sections of things that you can configure about your board. So let's start with some of the basics. Dimensions. Maybe you want a board that's 6 foot. So you could come here and select a board that's 6 foot in length. And maybe you know that you like width around 21 inches. And for your thickness, you like 2 3/4. Great. You've got your dimensions kind of good to go. Maybe now you can think about some of the board options. Do I want a poly board? Do I want an epoxy board? Do I want a future flex board? How about my stringer? Do I want a stringer or don't I? If this is an art board only, you might not want the stringer. If you're riding this board, you want the stringer. You could choose your finish, glossy or matte, and you can choose how fast we process it. You can choose what type of fin configuration you have. Maybe you want 4 fins instead of 2. And maybe you want to change the future fin system to a FCS fin system. And you can see all those updates happening. That's all fun and good, defining the board shape and style. Now let's get creative with it. In terms of the artwork, we can add new artwork. These can be files from your computer that you've had made or done, or photographs, or there can be any of our stock designs which kind of show here. And you can mix and match and add multiple to kind of create your own vision for the board. But let's say you wanted something with this black and white floral platter. You see that comes on the board here. And you have the option. Maybe you don't like it so big. Maybe you were thinking more just half of the board. So you can kind of play with it. Maybe you wanted it to be wider. Well, you can do that. If you take off this control, you can kind of scale it unproportionately, if you will, to get to that kind of size or look that you might have liked. So that's one way to get art on there. The other new way or additional way is to actually upload artwork, which can be any file from your computer. And so you can select almost any file type. But let's stick with some of our stock designs just for quickness here. So let's then also go with maybe on the bottom wood grain look. So we select that. That is brought in. It's by default put on the top of the board, but if you see here in your controls, you can actually switch that to be on the bottom. Placed as such. And you can decide if you wanted this to be a inlay type look where it's kind of offset from the rails a bit like this, or if you actually wanted the design to kind of wrap around the board. So all of those are control options that you have. And maybe you don't like this BoardLams logo, maybe you want to get rid of it, you certainly can. But maybe you want to add one of our other logos. So you can see some of them here. Maybe you want our monster face or the monster lips. Let's see. Let's add that to the board. Maybe you want it over here. Maybe you want it a little bigger. Done. So we can come in again and remove logos. We can add them as we see fit. And so let's put one of these in the bottom. 100% optional, not required, but definitely if you like them, they can be placed on the board. No problem. So once you're all set and happy with what you've configured, what's more fun than seeing it in 3D? So let's do that. So I've kind of done my basics here. I've gotten it like I believe I want it to be, and so I'm going to check it out now in 3D. The system's rendering it. And drum roll, here it comes. Here's my board that I've designed with the wood grain bottom, inlay style, floral pattern tail patch, BoardLams logo. And you can change this. You can go back and make modifications. Maybe we realize, you know what, I like that floral pattern a lot. I really would like to see it on the full board. So I can click back and to that design section and say fit to board. So it's now full size again. And I might say, you know what, I want that to actually wrap down on the bottom of my board. And so I'll check it out in 3D. Building out my revision. And there you have it. Kind of cool. You can do a lot of different combinations. Maybe you don't like this look, that's fine. It's just an example. So you can certainly customize it to your content and keep looking, keep previewing, share with your friends, Facebook it, whatever you want to do to get some support on your new board, whether it's from your friends or from us. Don't hesitate to contact us. But once you're all done, you can simply add it to your cart. Maybe you need a board rack. You can add one of those here. And be on your way. Maybe you don't need the board rack. You can take it away. But once you've got all your options set, you're good to go. Simply click the order. And you can put notes here. Please put John on the signature order. It's assembling it, adding it to the cart, and yeah, you'll be ready to order and we'll get started on your new board. Right when it gets to the cart here, you've got kind of this final preview with the notes that you wrote us, along with the item details, all those things and settings and options that you had selected. Those are communicated to us, but you also have a copy. You can always come back and use this link for your 3D preview so you can share it with your friends. And if you ever want to get this board again, hey, this link will allow you to reorder it just as it was. So these items are communicated in your email as well. So if you don't want to copy them now, you'll get them in your order email, or you can always come back to your account and see the history of your orders. Thanks for listening. Any questions, feel free to contact us. BoardLams.com.